Everybody ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's go.
Rock and roll.
Is my mic working?
Yeah, my mic. This thing on.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Once you click that blinking red light,
Why does it sound so nasal?
it sounds
I don't
awesome.
get it. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lone Officer Breakfast Club. We're getting started right about now. It's another glorious day. Carl White, it is December 16. Oh, you stopped sharing your screen. It is December 16, my friend.
It is.
That is
December
like,
16th.
I'd say we're neck deep into December.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
When did that
It's already half over. So here
When
we
did
go.
that happen?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Steve was in the green room, and first thing he says is, he goes, I can't believe Christmas is next week.
Next week.
I know.
Wow.
Like,
Well, you know that
wow.
if you got littles, it's
Right.
creeping up. So
Yeah, for sure.
And
Kristen,
dude, it's
9
not
days
it's not buying something for your wife. Like early on, it's super easy because there's so many things,
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's like, all right, they got the jewelry, they got the necklaces and wrist and bracelets and watches.
Yeah.
And I've learned I can't buy clothes because
No,
I don't
that's
like
a
this
bad
yellow- I
idea.
don't like
Purses
this yellow-
too.
I don't like
Purses,
this-
clothes, shoes. No.
no, tapped out of that. So
Yeah, that's bad. Bad.
it does. It's in perfume. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's trying to find something, that's worthy of such a wonderful, person. It's hard.
I do the spa day thing still. Because they always
yeah.
enjoy that. She always enjoys that.
With you or without you? Real question.
Without.
Without. Okay.
Please. Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't know. Maria and I.
No, I don't do that.
Couples
Yeah.
massages sometimes.
Oh, that weirds me out, dude.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But I was in the Navy. You were in the Air Force. So.
Yeah. There's the issue right there.
No, yeah. So you know what else too? The manicure, pedicure thing, gift
Yeah.
certificate. Yeah, you're right, Carl. Like for me, it's like a lot of gift certificate or
I know.
bought you. I went ahead and booked Monterey for May. You know what I mean? We got the room already. That kind of a thing.
I know.
What about Chris Johnston? I wonder what he does.
What do you do, buddy?
Chris? What's your
I
go-to?
I do what I'm told. That's what I do.
My
Good
man.
work.
Good
Oh,
answer.
man.
Great job.
That was an IQ
Excellent.
test, and you just passed.
I think we were all hoping. I think all the men were hoping that maybe you had some kind of chat bot that you could hand out that was going to help them solve all of their
No.
problems.
Well,
here
if you
for-
go on Amazon and you do gifts for her, it's just this stupid, cheesy
Oh yeah.
crap.
Right.
You know?
Fluffy
Yeah,
slippers.
Carl,
Although she
one
does
time-
love fluffy slippers.
Yeah.
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 it's just
And the
crap.
very early versions of ChatGPT gave me a recommendation for a Dyson, and I was like, "No, you are off the list. You're not helping me with this anymore. I am on my own."
Congratulations, honey. Here's another tool for you to clean the house.
It's a true story, though. But I think
Really?
it was because like a couple weeks earlier, the Dyson broke, and I was like, "How do I fix this thing?" And she went, "What about a new Dyson?" I was like, "No, you don't understand."
Hey, I got an idea in the chat before we kick in here next couple of minutes. For the ladies out there, what do you like? What
would you want your mate to give you?
Yeah, what
That's
would you
a
like to
great-
see? What are you hoping for?
Damn, what a
Yeah.
great idea.
Right?
I don't know. Why don't we ask them?
Yeah.
we keep a list. Steph keeps a running list all year long of the things she wants but won't really buy for herself, and so you can just go in and pick the list.
Hey, spa day. Lisa's saying a spa day.
Yeah.
And yell at time.
I like that. A cruise.
Cruise.
Jewelry.
Okay.
Meta
glasses.
Garmin watch.
Garmin watch. What is that?
So a place.
What is
Oh,
it?
Walking pad.
Dyson
rugs.
Air Wrap walking. What's an Air Wrap?
What's
Justine.
the hair thing?
The Dyson
what?
Airwrap. It's the best. It's like a hair tool that has a curler, straightener, blow dryer. It's the best. If anyone gets it for their wives, I promise you, they'll be happy.
Let's write that down. So what is it? Dyson Air Wrap.
Yeah.
It helps
All
your
right.
wife
I'm
correct
trusting you on that.
nicely
I'm on
anyway.
A
Chat in
Dyson-
the chat saying it's a $400 hair dryer.
Yes.
Come on now.
Justine, is it
life-changing.
$400?
Yes.
Like
It is?
probably last year's model. I think this year is closer to $5. I don't have one personally.
Yeah.
But see, Jennifer, Justine, my problem, like, if I get her a hair dryer thing, like even a super nice one, with little glitzy diamonds and stuff, it's like, oh, you don't like my hair? And so it's, you have to,
Just run it
What are you
up.
trying to say?
that always weighs in, yeah.
Wow.
Perfect. You don't like the way I smell? Oh, gee, honey,
Right.
no.
Right. Interesting.
So
Oh,
time.
then Jennifer Woodland is saying, tell us, Jen, what do you got? What is it?
I have the shark version because I'm on my own, right? So I can't do the Dyson. It's out of my budget, but I have a shark one and it works amazing. I actually got it from a friend of mine that does, he had an allotment of them. So I actually got it for like next to nothing, but they're like $200 as opposed to the Dyson, 250, but they're just as good as the Dyson. So it's
Is it still called an air wrap?
I'm not sure. I'll find out and send that to you. I've got the box still, but it's got the blow dryer, it's got the straightener, it's got the curl, all the different curling pieces, and it's got the curling brush with it as well. That gets stuck in my straight hair, but it's good for people with curly hair. So it's awesome.
I got to tell you, this has been a great breakfast club already.
You got what you need.
Dude, like, this is going to be a shocker. Yeah, this is going to be great. We need to do this kind of stuff more often. All right. Well, let's get moving here. Hey, before we kick in, we do have Justin for a few minutes from Park Place. Wants to fill us in on some things that he's done recently that might apply to everyone here. You might be able to take advantage of what he can help you with. But before we do that, Carl, let's talk about tomorrow's town hall. So we got the town hall.
Yeah, we're doing a great predictions for 2026, and we're going to be spotlighting from the last one we did some of the things that we got right. Which I'm quite proud of, and some areas where we missed the mark a little bit. So we'll be showcasing that, and then what to expect for 2026. So it's really, really helpful. It's like, refi. Are we going to have a refi boom or bust, and some interesting predictions we're making of loan officers and AI and technology. What's the newest thing up and coming that's really, really going to be helpful, and what do we think will kind of go the way of vanilla ice? So to speak. No disrespect, Mr. Ice. But it's going to be really, really good. So we'll put the link, mortgagetownhall.com. It'll be a really, really, really good use of your time. And so we'll hope to see you there.
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. Awesome. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, mortgagetownhall.com. That's always a really big turnout. So you guys got to get in. You want
to get there a little early because we typically max it out. So make sure you get there a little bit early.
Yeah, log in early. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Mortgage Town Hall. Those are epic. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and segue over real quick here. We got a lot to cover today, but we've got Justin Hubbert in the house. Hi, Justin. How are you, brother?
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy holidays.
We're going to give you a big cheer for being here. We appreciate it. Thanks. And before we get to Steve and what he's going to wow us with, since you're here, I thought maybe you could, chat us up a little bit about maybe some recent deals you got closed that were kind of interesting and cool, and how you can help these guys if they've got something that fits your box over there. So, what's cooking, man?
Yeah, well, good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I don't have a Dyson hair wrap to raffle off here, but I'll bring that over.
That would have been good.
Yeah, but we've seen a lot of success lately in the ground up construction space. I think that's why you asked me to talk a little bit about that. And so I wanted to share a couple of recent success stories and maybe opportunities that everyone can see to help pay for some more of these gifts that are coming up here.
Okay.
So we recently closed a 22 unit horizontal / ground up subdivision development in just outside of Nashville.
Wow.
And the cool story about that, it's about a $6 million loan that the loan officer brought to us. So that they made about 60,000, just shy of that, about 58,000, and then they became the preferred lender on the project. And we were able to finance a portion of land, of roughly 50%, and then 100% of the horizontal, which is roughly $2 million. Which for those at home or that may not be familiar with that, including like the subdivision roads as well as some of the utilities, bringing them to different lots. And then we were able to finance 100% of the ground up construction. And that builder thinks he's going to be done with that sometime in the next 10 to 12 months. and he's already put in the roads. And so the cool part about that is that loan officer became the preferred lender. And so you talk about an opportunity there for somebody that, we were able to help with a construction loan, but then they get the takeouts of these 22 lots that are roughly going to be sold for, they'd be finished houses, I guess, at that point, but they'd be roughly $12 billion. So you talk about, $12 billion in potential loans just kind of falling in their lap. And so those are the types of scenarios we've been funding recently, and a lot of opportunities there. I'll share another one with everyone here. We had a builder that was their first time building a house. They'd worked for a large home builder that builds, thousands of homes a year, but they weren't really the builder on the loan, meaning they didn't own the lots before they bought this first lot. So they wanted to go off and do their own thing. And so we were able to finance that. Well, they put roughly $50,000 down on a $100,000 lot, and then we financed 100% of $500,000 of ground up construction for them. So not only can we finance these ultra experienced builders that maybe want multiple projects, we can also finance those that are first timers that are looking to get into space if they have a resume that kind of shows us that they have ability to go build the 2x4s to code. So I thought those were a couple of quick hits and quick wins I'd share with everybody here.
Yeah, absolutely. And someone's asking, do you need a RMLO license to do these loans? You don't, right? Not on.
Yeah, so these are considered commercial grade loans, and so that's a great question. So maybe you're licensed in, say, I don't know, New Jersey, and then Carl's got one that's a build in Florida, for example, and maybe he's not licensed there. So we can close on that one, even though you only have a license in New Jersey. Or maybe you're in with a bank and you have the corporate licenses and MLS, so you don't have a license in the state. That's totally fine as well. We can pay you. A lot of people ask, who do we pay? We pay the individual loan officers because these are kind of commercial grade loans. And so we can get you signed up in a matter of minutes. It's super easy. I think we've shared the link before, but it's workwithparkplace.com. If you want to go on there and apply, we can reach out to you after the show here.
Yeah, and then Darren's asking, can you pay an LLC? Yeah, absolutely. You can pay. They'll pay an LLC or they'll pay you personally, whatever works for you. Again, and this is the advice is, whatever mortgage company you're working for, you always start there, see if they can handle it, right? See if they've got the product. And if they don't, and Justin can handle it, you can send it over their way. And somebody was asking, what do you pay the loan officer? It's basically they tell you what they would like to make, right? Justin, you say, hey, count me in for a point or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah, we don't want any Grinches in the building here with regards to, charging an arm and a leg. So, but usually it's somewhere between a half point and 2 points is the general consensus. Depends a lot on loan size, scope of work, project details, but yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, I do a lot with Justin and his team. Their pricing before you get involved is always really competitive anyway. So you can usually price in, like Justin saying, a half. I usually price in like a 0.5 to 1, something like that, somewhere in that range. I still make good money, right? That kind of a thing. So yeah, good stuff.
Well, I'll also share one more thing, Frank. So another loan officer got stuck. There was a property that they were trying to buy just outside of Atlanta. The client was trying to buy, and it needed some renovations. And it turned out after talking to the client, because it wasn't going to work on the conventional side and they were buying it as an investment property. So that's a key part here. And so they were buying this property for roughly $300,000, and it needed about $100,000 in work, and they planned on just doing the renovations out of pocket. Well, it turned out that they'd actually flipped 5 other houses in the last few years. And so we were able to do this with 6% down and 100% of the financing. A lot of that's due to because they had those 5 flips. But you can get into these properties if they're flipping a property with very little money down. And then on the backside of that, if they want to go a conventional route, they can. Or if they want to go to a DSCR loan, I know everybody's here is most likely familiar with that, then that's a great opportunity to get kind of a 2-for-1 there as well. So we were able to help close it in like 5 days too. So these are quick turn loans. I think they got the work done, and they expect to have the work done in roughly 90 days. And then the backside of that be a takeout loan for that loan officer as well. So a lot of double chances to win business and build business as well.
Cool. Just a couple quick questions, and we'll move along. Let's see. So Kurt, you're asking about pricing. Yeah, just go to workwithparkplace.com. You can price this basically however you want, brother. So workwithparkplace.com. We put that in the chat. Kathy Vassal saying, do you only do vertical builds? Will you allow a buy for 2 lots and 1 build?
Yeah, we do a lot of single family builds. That's probably 70% of what we do, and the other 30% is the horizontal developments as well. So yeah, if it's just a single family house, an infill lot, that's something we work with all the time as well.
Okay, good. Someone's asking, is this Arch Capital? No, this is Park Place Financial. Park Place Finance. So so let's go ahead and get moving on. We're going to segue over to Steve, but just put the chat.
Wait, Frank.
What?
I gotta spotlight somebody real quick.
What?
Hold on. Carl, what are you eating?
Let me tell you what I'm eating. I am eating a delicious little mint muffin cake, and I made it because, see, here about a week ago, we were having this discussion. What's one gift that you never got as a kid that you always wanted? Right. And I came out of the closet and said, I've always wanted an easy bake oven. As a little boy, I wanted an easy, I think I was like 10 and I wanted an easy bake oven. But, all the pictures on the box show, girls cooking cakes and cookies and whatnot. So I tried to talk my little sister into getting one and she didn't want one. Right. And so I was sharing that here. So I get home from Disney yesterday and I open this box sitting on my driveway and I got...
Shut up. An easy bake.
No way.
An easy bake. But this is an original one. This is not a new one.
That's the OG easy
That's
bake.
the one I
Yeah,
have.
this was, and
Wow.
so I opened it up and I got my easy bake oven.
You have got to be kidding me right now.
And complete with the owner's manual and 10 delicious recipes with a picture of a little girl making it, And so my brother, Chris Johnstone, sent me this.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And so that, Chris, you're an absolutely brilliant. Number one, you're a great friend and you're a brilliant marketer. And it's the power of listening. Mm-hmm. And so instead of giving something, which is always appreciated, right? Somebody sends a box of chocolates or, peaches or apples or fruit, and it's always appreciated, right? Because it's always, there's a thought behind it. But when you send something personalized like that, that's a real home run anytime you can do that. So anyway, I'm enjoying my delicious little mint chocolate chip muffin that Maria and I made yesterday in my easy bake oven. So
wait, Kurt has
you wanted an easy bake oven.
What was that?
How did Chris know that you wanted an easy bake oven?
He was listening the other day when we talked about it.
Yeah,
he was listening.
I guess I missed that one.
Yeah, made no comment about it, and I just show up and there it is.
Hey, Carl.
Wow.
Kurt has a very important question. He says, "I hope you didn't use the 20-year-old mix that was included."
No, we used our own mix.
Hey, I gotta believe it's not even 20 years. That's way older than 20 years. That's 40 years old.
This
50.
This is old. Yeah,
but
Chris,
they don't make them
awesome.
like that anymore.
Wow.
That thing still works.
No, this one's got the official light bulb and
Everything.
But see, he listened about that. I said, well, the new ones, they're not the same. They don't use the light. They use, I want the one with the light bulb and the incandescent 100-watt bulb, and this one had it, and it's a complete pack. Did you see it, Chris, or did you have it just shipped directly to here?
So I got a little FaceTime video of it to make sure it had like the box and everything.
It's like it's brand new.
That's awesome.
It's got and the fact that to have the little book in it and everything and the little tray things and everything. It was very special.
Careful.
I appreciate it.
The radiation is free. And
they were Christmas. All right. Hey, the reason why we bribe.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say before we move on, just so Chris knows, I've always wanted a Murphy Lab Gibson ES335 as well.
Yeah.
Just if we're going to be, talking about things we've always wanted.
That 2026 Ultra Glide Harley Davidson is just always wanted one. Since I was a little kid, I wanted the 2026.
I've dreamed about this for
so
long.
We bait and hooked everybody to join us today because Steve has a fantastic topic. So what you got, Steve?
Yeah, well, I mean, Frank, you and I were talking yesterday just off the cuff, and you had asked about, I don't even remember what it was, but we were talking about the opportunity right now. You said, what are you focused on? And I said, of course, making offers, like what Carl would tell us. And, really the thing that we were looking at is last Friday, I put 5 loans in the pipeline and they were all from refis. And it's interesting that we talked about, so I just wrote some, you said, hey, Steve, share what you did. How'd you put them in? And the first thing I think about is this: now's the time to get in position, if not already take action on refis. And I'm sure we're going to talk about it in the town hall tomorrow. Yeah, here's where the opportunity is. In 2022, any of your past clients that closed were in the mid 5% range, but in 2023, we hit the high 6s and low 7s, and in 2024, it was about the same, 6.8 to 7.5. And so the opportunity is really hyper focusing on people who purchased a home in 2023 or 2024 and focusing on those because they're in that 6.8 to 7.5% range. And so, one of the things that, Frank, you just said, hey, what'd you do? I just went back and pulled the whole list and I thought about this. I thought there's really 2 types of loan officers. Loan officers that have really done a great job of stewarding your database and where everyone's at, every interest rate, every client, every loan amount. And those who maybe didn't understand the importance or through transition lost your database. So for those of you who have been looking at your database, I would really encourage you this week to pull a list of everybody in 23 and 24 and hyper focus on those 2 years, because right now is the opportunity. We're seeing as much as a full % lower in interest rate. I'll give you an example. I've got a $1.4 million refi. It's a 75% loan to value. Frank, he bought a couple of years ago at 7.25, and you can get him down to 6.25. And he's going to put a little bit of cash down to get him to the 75%, but it reduces his payment by $2,200 a month.
That's a nice amount.
Yeah, wow. And then the other thing I thought about this is if you've got a larger database, and even if you don't have your database, I would encourage you go to Model Match. In Model Match, you could put your license info, and it'll tell you everybody you've closed. I did this the other day, and it took it back to 2016. It didn't have everyone, but it had a lot. And it's a great way to go back in and rebuild your list if you don't have a list. But here's the other thing I would focus on. Focus on loan amounts above $300,000. And I know a lot of times it's like, you got to have 20% equity. I want to make sure they got a lot of equity. But here's what's really cool is the sweet spot I'm seeing is that $450,000 to $700,000, where they're sitting at 6.99, 6.875. I'll tell you this, I've got one right now. They were able to go from a 30 to a 20 and his payment only went up $100 because he went from a 6.99 to a 5.99. And so, the first thing I think about is realtors are going to drive traffic. Like, don't stop calling your agents, but 1 or 2 days a week, focus on your past clients in your database, and then hyper focus your list on 23, 24. And if you've got enough, make it the higher loan amounts, above 300,000, anywhere from 6.7. I mean, heck, you could even start calling the 6.5s to 7, anything above 6.5. And, the other thing I thought about were, here are the ways to touch them. I always think about the 4 ways to reach out to them. And it's part of what I'm doing is we're calling them, we're texting them, we're emailing them, and then they're staying right now on a refinance Facebook targeted ad campaign. So what happens is they're seeing you. And even if right now's not the right time to refi, what's interesting, Frank, is literally, whenever I talk to Taryn, she's one of the ladies I'm refining right now. She said, the funny thing is my servicer called me yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. My servicer called me yesterday. And I just said, well, so we started working through it. And of course, she, at the end of the day, she said, this guy feels like he's got like sales breath on him, and you're trying to help me build a clear plan. Just take good care of me. I'm going to work with you. But you know what it reminded me of, Frank? The servicers. And if you're not at the company where you were at, I mean, there are people going after these refis because they know now's the right time to make the calls.
Right.
Yeah.
So, hey, and I'll give you an example. One thing, and this is so funny. I sent a text, and here's the power of your past client calls, because back in September we talked to another one of our clients, Kara, and it's a smaller amount. She was like, "Hey, I don't want to refi," but we called her anyway because her rate was like 7.375. I mean, that's a real rate. And when I called her last week, and I said, "Hey, here's the talking points that I used to shy away from. The Fed lowered interest rates. What does everybody know?" Right? Drop in the chat, everybody. Anybody heard that lately?
Sure.
The Fed lowered interest rates. Well, Frank, I used to go and say, "Well, don't you know the Fed doesn't directly affect interest rates? It's short-term bank to bank."
Let me educate you.
You know what I've learned? I'm just using it in the language. So I'm just like, "Hey, Fed dropped interest rates. We need to take a look and see if a refinance makes sense." And where she was reluctant in September, last week she said, "Hey, my situation's changed. I'd like to do it, and I'd like to pull some cash out."
Yeah.
Like, yes, we can help you. And I'm on the broker side, so it's a lender paid. It's max comp. It's a great deal. And she's getting a great deal. But it's someone who said no in September is saying yes last week. And like, I'll give you an example. Here's the exact text I sent to another one. It's a $500,000 deal, a guy named Alden. And it said, and here's how I'm playing into the Fed narrative, because see, instead of trying to resist it, just lean into it. Hey, like in your voicemails, "Hey, the Fed dropped the interest rates last week. It's definitely time to at least jump on a 12-minute call and see if a refinance would make sense." And so that's how you would have the conversation. Or you could even use an example. Like, I just did an email and I said, "Hey, we just helped a client save $469 on a refinance that paid for itself in 2 months." And so there's ways you can do it in talking points. And here's a text I sent, and I thought this was pretty fun. And this was to a guy who we had talked to several months ago, and they just kind of sat on hold. But here's the exact verbiage I texted him. A little bit longer than the 9-word text, Carl, but I thought I needed to with this guy. "With the favorable market moves this week, we're getting really close to a refinance opportunity. The rate range is fluctuating from 5.99 to 6.25 with 0 points. If refinancing is still an option, I think we should complete an application and get you ready to lock in, because rates have been volatile, but there's a small window where you can still lock in and still see massive savings." And you know what he said? "Text me the link." And he completed the app. So, it's, I just think, number one, there is a massive refinance opportunity. Number two, I would hyper focus on 23, 24, the higher loan amounts, of course. It's going to allow you to do the lower cost loans. If you don't have a list, use Model Match. Touch them 4 ways: make a phone call, send a text, do an email, do your targeted Facebook ads, and then on your talking points, lean into the news. Don't resist it, because it's the way it's already going. But here's what, like, even last week, I just thought, you know what, the only way to put more deals in the pipeline is to have more conversations, not only with agents, but with clients.
Yeah. And
go back and look at the ones that you've talked to in the last 12 months where it didn't make sense. Even today with the jobs report, those of you who are watching MBS, today's going to be a good day. Today's going to be the day you can start locking them in. But here's what I would encourage. It takes a couple of days to move a refi forward, because you got to have a quick 12, 15-minute call, see if it makes sense. Then they've got to complete the app. Then you firm up the numbers. And then if the market hadn't moved on you, then you lock it in. So my encouragement is encouraging people just to be in a position so that we could take advantage before they kind of push back up. So
great stuff, man. Love it. Yeah. People are digging it in the chat too. That's a magic script. They all want it, just so you know. We'll have to make them pay for it. Hi, thanks for enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube. I just wanted to drop in and remind you that if you're a newer loan officer and you're trying to get to that 2 or 3 deals a month, or if you're seasoned and you're trying to get from 50 to 60 or 60 to 80, Mortgage Marketing Animals has you covered. We've got the full gambit from start to finish, top to bottom. Everything you need is at mortgagemarketinganimals.com. There's a reason that mortgagemarketinganimals.com is the #1 mortgage coaching platform in the country. So check it out, mortgagemarketinganimals.com. I think
Yeah,
that's a
we
good
can.
idea.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
certainly. Hey, if I mean, we can give it to you. How, you guys want to book in for a call? You know, Carl, we have a whole refi campaign.
That's where we
It's
send them. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing
Yeah.
is we have a whole campaign of exactly how to do this, and so for our members, maybe Jen or somebody can tell them where to go. But for non-members, if you'll go to freedomplanningcall.com, we'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
But what I would encourage you is this. I don't know about y'all, but it seems like either purchases have gone really fast or kind of stalled. And so when that happens, fill your pipeline with refis. You can literally, I think you could hit double digits in January just in refis.
Yeah.
So it's a real opportunity. And then somebody may say this, well, I don't have, hey, let me speak to this real quick. You'll love this, Carl. I have a title rep last week who I'm actually doing his refi, which he came from another refi. And you know what, Frankie? He said, hey, well, we got a lot of people that have closed here. If I give you a list, would you call them to see if they're interested?
What?
Dude,
Are you
he
kidding?
said-
I got to
Hey, listen, he sent me 200 names on Friday, and he's going to get me 1,000 names this week. And look, there's a way we're doing it. We're going to warm them up with the targeted ads. But listen to this, Frank, 400 to $1.5 million, 6.8 to 8% rates. And they're on the do not call list. And I mean, like I'm saying, even if you don't, they're not on the do not call list. They've already been scrubbed. I've got their names, their emails, their cell phones, their home address, the loan amount. And I'm just telling you, the right title partners have that information. And so for us, that's what I told him. I just said, bro, you get me a list and we're going to shake this list down. And in 30 days, I mean, I think we can close 6 to 8 deals a month for the next several months off the list that he's getting me. And so just using the same thing, if you don't have past clients, your title reps have people that have closed, they got the data. The money is in the list. And so, but you're
going to do the warm up process too, which is so
that's what we're
clever.
going to do. We're doing.
You're not just going to drop in.
I don't know that you'd have to do a whole lot of warming up because
I think we're doing both. So we're doing targeted ads. We've got emails and making phone calls.
Yeah, because I think just calling up, hey, my name's Steve Kiles over ABC Mortgage. I know you worked with Freedom Title. Freedom asked me to give you a call. Your file just got flagged because there might be an opportunity here, and they wanted me to reach out and call. It's a past customer.
Right.
Yeah.
And that kind of changes everything.
Interesting.
It's amazing. So there's a lot of opportunity. And my encouragement is this, if your clients want to work with you, Frank, out of the 5, I know for a fact 3 servicers called them last week.
There you go, man. Now is the time.
But here's the thing is they would rather work with you or work with me. But if they don't hear from you, they won't because the servicers are driving hard. They want to keep those deals.
That's right. Yeah. Wow. Good stuff, Steve. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's get on it. Hey, before we get out of here, just one more time, want to connect with Justin, see if he can help you. He's Justin at parkplaceus.com, right, Justin? For the email, parkplaceus.com.
Yep.
Or
workwithparkplace.com.
Just go to workwithparkplace.com. Somebody said it wasn't working. I tried it. Worked fine for me. I'll put it in the chat one more time here. Let's see. Just go to workwithparkplace.com. I'll just copy it right from the link that did. Somebody else already put it in there. I'm dropping it in there. That's where you go. Just fill out a little bit of information, and Justin and his team will reach out to you and get you taken care of. But Steve Kiles, thank you so much, man. Appreciate
man.
you for doing that,
Great
man.
stuff,
I know people
Steve.
got a lot out of that. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. So good, man. We got so much done today, Carl.
I'm impressed.
First of all, we figured out the gifts for the wives, right? Got that.
Got that check.
Yeah, I'll bet you that there's been a lot of Google searches for that crazy hair thing, this morning, right?
Check.
Yeah, we saw.
I'm sharing recipes. I'm sharing recipes with somebody that had an Easy Bake as a kid, right? So
There you go,
here
right.
we're trading recipes. So got that
Plus,
done.
we learned from Chris, listened, and then
that's a
got
great
you to get
lesson.
really impactful. That was really cool. Justin came on, gave us a bunch of good stuff. We can reach out to him, no problem. And then Steve wows us with refis. What a great day! Today was a great day. All right, you guys have a good one.
That's a
man.
great list that getting from that title company, Steve. That's a brilliant idea.
Hey, and
Yeah,
Adam asked what's in it for the title rep.
Think about it, Adam.
The title work.
Hey,
There you
yeah.
go.
Well, what I told him is every person we put them in the database, and every person that's tagged to that title rep will bring right back to them for title.
Exactly.
That's the
Open
win.
escrows.
And they don't know how to warm up. They don't know how to make the calls. So the thing is, we know how to make calls. We know how to do the whole process. So
Yeah.
it's great.
That's a great idea.
Good stuff.
That was
wonderful.
gold. Thank you, guys.
You bet, Adam.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, man. Good stuff, guys. Let's have a great day. You guys go get them. We'll be here tomorrow to do it all over again. More fun stuff. Adios, my friends. See ya.
See ya.
Have a great day, everybody.